Good afternoon. My name is Martin Weldt, and I'm going to present my work at Antofagasta Minerals. So to start, there's necessary to do a context of the main problems here at Antofagasta Minerals. So the supply chain faces increasing risk associated with external factors and internal factors. Also, the risk-related information is currently distributed across multiple platforms, making it difficult to obtain a consolidated and comprehensive view. Also, the most challenging activities are unifying risk information from different platforms into a consolidated risk matrix, and finally, reinforcement the ability to anticipate to critical events by combining market intelligence with operational and financial risk indicators. Now we're going to talk about the most challenging aspects in my professional practice. First of all, the supply information. This involves gathering critical data from strategic suppliers who provided information gradually over several weeks. As a result, constant follow-up and continuous system updates were required to maintain accurate and reliable data. Also, the second challenge was the coordination in English. I held regular meetings with the Sphera Risk Method team based in Germany, which required clear communication in English to address technical issues and to ensure the proper platform configuration. Also, the integration of the data sources. Risk information was distributed along different platforms, and it was necessary to understand how operational and financial indicators could be combined into a unified risk view. Finally, the development of an automated alert program represented a challenge. The objective was to transform the consolidated risk indicators into clear alerts, enabling faster and more informed decision making. So now we can see here the risk method before I arrived here at Antofagasta Minerals. Firstly, the suppliers. We were only analyzing 20 suppliers, and this monitoring represented only 7% of the annual spend. Also, the risk indicators, there were incorrect weightings in the master scorecard, resulting in false alerts that were not connected with the reality. And finally, incorrect information, and there were inactive notifications, also incorrect email addresses for the responsibles of the categories, and also inactive or non-current suppliers. So how is risk method after I leave the professional practice? Firstly, the suppliers. We are analyzing 160 suppliers across 21 countries. Also, the current monitoring represents 30% of the annual spend. Also, the risk indicators were corrected their weights. So this means that the alerts are accurate with the reality of the supply chain risks. And finally, the information now is accurate. We have active suppliers with actual spend associated during the last period. Also, email addresses of the responsible are correct, and now notifications are enabled. So here we can see my proposal to solve all this problem. My primary objective was to have an integrated risk management system, and the specific objectives are to unify risk method and share indicators into a consolidated risk matrix. Also anticipate supply chain disruptions and enable faster and more informed sourcing decisions. Here we can see a visual diagram of the indicators. On the left side we have risk sheriff with the financial indicators, and right side the risk method with operational risks. And finally we can see the final results. We have a risk matrix, consolidated all data from risk method and sheriff. Also an automated message to notify the existence of significant risks if the risks exceed the limit of 80, and finally an action plan to mitigate or transfer the risk if necessary.